Welcome to D.I.Y. Automotive School with my friend Pete and Minnie, the body shop girl. It's everything you need to know about cars and more.
There's one under here. Fuck yeah. Motherfucker. We got to be real careful taking this off because we don't want to damage anything. So this is basically not ripping it apart like we did the car. And we got to make sure that it's done right. Now I notice there's some spot welds way up under here. I'm going to go ahead and take my plasma cutter. Then I noticed that one right there. How the fuck? See this piece right here? This is actually a separate piece, bud. This here piece is actually separate. So when you buy your core support, this piece here would be separate from the core support. We got two more spot welds on it. Let's just break them off. Stand back over there somewhere. See if we can get this off of here.
Hey, get your ground.
Huh?
Get your ground off.
No, not yet, dude. Still got some fucking spot weld inside here. I'm gonna have to bend this piece up to get to it. I don't want to fuck it up. I'd rather bend this up and pound it back down. And fuck the core support up, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We can always pound this back in shape. See right here, look, come on over here. See where that's spot welded on there?
Oh yeah.
Alright, show everybody else, Dylan. Alright? Do you see where that spot welded on? That's what I'm saying, bud. Alright, that one spot weld is holding the whole front end on the fucking car! Hold on now. I got something over here. Swing it my way so I can see what's holding it. Keep going. Alright, hold on right there. Just fucking hang on, dude. We still got a couple little tack welds on it. Set it down. So what the fuck here? Get the cutting wheel, cut that off.
So what off?
That fucking power steering line. Here. Just cut it off for right now. Alright, so basically what we're doing, we're replacing this inner apron. Now I was going to cut it right here in this area and just cut it off, but I actually found a section, and I did fold that up. I can fold that down very carefully. I found the section, the front section, that was actually spliced into the rear section, which is right up there, okay? And then we went ahead and took the rear apron off of the strut tower itself, so that should all go back perfectly the same. Now I did cut the lower frame section off, the whatever the fuck you want to call that, and I cut it all the way up here to the strut tower. We'll do the same thing on our other car over here. We'll cut that off, we'll precisely measure it and then cut it, and then of course we'll remove this front section. And if you look right here, you can see, I was telling Dylan, see where this is welded up right here? So we'll know when we take that one off. See these spot welds right here, bud? Okay, we'll go ahead and cut those spot welds off, and then there was a couple more down in here, remember? Yeah. And then this front section will come off. We'll do the same thing on that one. We'll take those spot welds off. That way it'll all slide. We'll take that piece and slide it right in, and it should all line up perfect, dude. And then, of course, we came over here, and Dylan actually drilled most of these out. And I'm just going to warn you, it's a lot better to drill those out than use the plasma cutter. You can see the difference from drilling a hole out versus plasma cutter hole. So always try to drill everything out the best possible way you can. Now we went ahead and saved this. I had to bend this up. We can always bend that back in shape right there. Okay, that's our upper tie bar, core support, fucking and whatever you want to call it. All right, we don't need to use molecular structure words for this piece of shit, because all it is basically a core support. Plain and simple. So that is what we bought our parts car for. That's the main thing that we wanted off it, is our steel structure. We got what we wanted, and we also got our front suspension package. There's other little knickknacks that we will take off this, and then this thing will be heading to the scrap iron yard when we're done. All right, if you look right there, you can see we got the other core support section, you might call it, on the vehicle. Now, it looks like it's lining up pretty good. We got to do some trim work over here. We got to get all this straightened out. Now, I haven't went back and hammered and dollied all of the metal that's been torn up, but what I did is I pre-tested and I pre-fitted on there. Let's go ahead and make a couple measurements. Let's see how close it is to being squared up. Now, when you're doing your measurements, you want to go ahead and find some points of interest that are exactly the same. And when I say that, all right, we got to get all this out of the way, of course. It's got to be clear in here so we can get from point A to point B. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with this marked right up here. And if you notice, we're on the left side of the vehicle right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hook my tape measure right on that square, and I'm going to come down here. Let me see here. Hang on one second. Okay, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to find a point. All right, I guess we can go right here. Okay, so I'm going to hook it right here, and I'm going to come down here, and this is telling me that's 33 3/4 of an inch. 33 3/4. So now we'll go over to the other side and we'll do the same thing and just kind of see if we're in the right ballpark of measuring the frame structure out down near the frame rail, if we cut it out right where it's going to fit. And if I come over here, I'm going to measure to this hole here, and that's 33 7/8. But that's pretty close, that's pretty good, because that's giving us a measurement, just a speculation of what's going on here. So what I got to do now, I'm going to go ahead and take the core support off of the vehicle, and then I'm going to come back, I'm going to straighten all these rough edges out where we used our plasma cutter and our drill bits and our air chisels, this, that, and the other, so this will all fit back together. Notice it comes right off the car, very carefully, very easily. We're going to set that to the side. And now what we want to do, we want to concentrate on this end right in here. We want to get all this ground down. We want to get it, I can see where this is probably holding this up right here, this little section here. And what I'll do is I'll start straightening all this out. I'm going to take my hammer, my body hammer, and I'm also going to use my dolly on the back side, and I'm just going to go ahead and start hammering and dollying all this back into shape. You know what else I need? I need one more tool. some pliers. Pliers are handy items when you're trying to take old sheet metal and form it back in place. Do you see what I'm saying here? And now, we can get behind this and dolly it out. And this is some of the reason why this isn't right on the money for us. I'll go ahead and pry this up just a little bit, because I want everything to be nice and square when we put it back together.
Thanks for watching D.I.Y. Automotive School. Classes don't stop till you know everything.